Namaste. Hi, I'm Ian Carriaga and thank you for joining Guru Yoga and 33 Days of Stretch. This is going to be day 9. So thank you for joining me today, and hopefully you've been catching up with the videos or rewatching them and redoing them, and then even adding those postures from the previous videos in your daily yoga practice. So today, what we're going to actually do is we are going to go into another hip opening posture called Gomukhasana, or cow face posture. So with this posture here, it's again releasing through the hips, which will then take pressure off the sacrum or the low back as well, right? Or both the sacrum and the lumbar spine. And this one's a tricky one in some cases, but we're gonna really get down to the basics of it. So we'll just start off with getting your left knee back to the ground and then opening up the chest. So we did mention that your hips relate to the subconscious mind in yoga, right? So Svadhisthana. You can start off by just taking your left knee to the ground, sitting on a block, as I would prefer. If you want to sit flat on the ground, feel free to do so. That's cool too. And just pull the leg across the midline of your mat as you lift the spine on the inhale, and then turn to the right on the exhale. So you'd want to hold this for about 3 to 4 breaths. Right, so an inhale to an exhale is considered one breath cycle in yoga, so really just one breath. So you do that for a couple more in order to get the hips to release just a little bit better than where they are now, which will get you a lot easier into the posture. So as we switch, so this is like a warm-up to the posture. With some of the poses that you get into, if there needs to be a prep for it, there's a lot of postures that you can go into the most basic option of that posture, or find a different version that will stretch out relatively the same muscle. Okay, so we're here. You're gonna lift again. Spine lifts on the breath in, and this time you're twisting over the left shoulder as you exhale. Ensure that your breathing is quite relaxed and in sync with what you're trying to do with the stretch or the release. So here I'm lifting the spine on the breath in, the inhalation. The chest is going to widen, and I'm going to pull the knee across, but at the same time turn over my left shoulder as you exhale, further accentuating the twist or the rinse. All right, so let's go. We'll go back to the left knee. Now we'll get into this cow face posture, right? Gomukhasana. So you want to start off maybe coming forward, having one knee on top of the other, and then having a seat back down. So eventually you're going to have the line or a straight line alignment with between the two knees. If you find that's a little bit more challenging, then go back to this posture here, right? Which is the half king. At the moment, we're going to go from this position. You're going to try to pull the bottom foot forward, and then that top knee and the foot associated with that leg relatively even. So you have a line if you're looking straight down. So from here, the spine's going to lift again on the breath in. This time you're going to feel, since the right leg's on top, the right hip push back, left hip pushes forward on the exhale. So similar to pigeon. All right. The difference here is that there's a little bit more of a rotation while you're trying to stack downwards. And then you can modify this posture by taking the hand that's, I guess, in line with the knee that's on top, pressing the fingertips down or hands flat depending. I'm on a block, so I'm gonna go a little bit higher. And then stretching from the left hip to left shoulder, and then right across to the tricep even. So we're getting that to release on the left hand side while we also release the right hip. And then we're going to go, the next option of this is you can go the Ganesh Mudra. So Ganesh Mudra Pada Gomukhasana. So Ganesh is an Indian deity or Hindu deity, is the removal of all obstacles. So if you find that you're meeting roadblocks again, or impediments, holes even, this hand you're here, you're gonna grip your fingers, all four in the thumbs, and you're gonna start to pull slightly aggressive outwardly, right? So you're gonna stretch at the chest and the shoulder blades. It's gonna invigorate what we call your life force energy or prana within you to hopefully succeed with removing whatever obstacles are occurring, whether they're in your head or somewhat external. So this is another posture here, an option where we're drawing the hips back, but at the same time, trying to pull the arms apart. Hold that for about 6 to 7 breaths, if not longer. And then we switch. So we're gonna pose that. You can lengthen the legs briefly and then go back to the opposite side. For some of you, you can go straight into the pose. But for some, you may need to take one knee on top of the other and then slowly sit back. Yeah, say for example like that. The key with this is, again, trying to get the hips, to one knee on top of the other, and try the hips to rotate. So we're going to do the same hand gesture, this time with the left knee on top, left hand down, right hand up. You're going to grip the fingers, breathing in, pulling, and then sinking into the hips as you exhale. Mind you, lift the chest up, try to get the chest to spread wide and the shoulder blades at the same time, which will then ensure that this posture is quite easy on the back of the neck and the upper back. And this, again, you can hold for as long as you like, ideally at least 3 minutes for each side, totaling 6 if you want to go there. So you can easily do this posture in 10 minutes. Let's go for one more inhale. Beautiful. So we're going to release here. Yeah, you can take the legs nice and slow, extend them. You can bring them back to butterfly or even hero pose, Virasana. And then we're going to finish there. So that was your Gomukhasana or cow face posture with the Ganesha Mudra. Thank you for joining. Please, again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click subscribe, notifications, as well as all the other socials like Patreon and Instagram. Namaste.